Yo, can everybody hear me? Just let me know. I'm using new software today, so bear with me if I fuck things up. Audio working? Yo, Naz, audio working? You do the audio check for me. Is it very clear? Loud and clear? Yes. Do you know on the YouTube we were saying that warning bitrate thing? We saw that out later, yeah? Yeah, get that yo there. There, I did that thing. Okay, so we'll go with it for now. Got a new mic in town. Yeah, you like my mic? Everybody like my mic? Yeah, Naz. Fucking cost me nearly $1,000 the whole setup. But you know what? It's worth it. No jet today. Now the jet's on full. Jet's on full form. We got the big man David here in the house. Yeah. So let's get the necessities out the way with. Shut up, bro. Okay, get him out. Fuck you. Fuck your mom. No, fuck him. Hide him from channel. Go fuck your mom, you cunt. Okay, let's start. So welcome once again to Bitcoin for Ledger's live weekly stream. Before we begin, I just want to thank our partners, Prime XBT, for making this happen. If you like what you see, then use the link in the description and use code Trader1SZ, and you get up to 7k deposit bonus. It helps the streams. It tells Primes you guys want to get carry on with this. Otherwise, I didn't do this shit for free, fam. You get me? I got shit to do. You get me? But they pay me, and yes, and then you guys get it for free. So yeah, use the fucking link. um Before we continue, nothing in this stream constitutes financial advice. Seek the help of a professional before embarking with your capital. So with these guys, obviously you can trade FX, you can trade crypto, forex, commodities, stock indices, all sorts of shit. You get me? It's one place, all in one go, no KYC. You can hide your money. No, that sounds wrong, but you know what I mean. You get me? Okay, let me get David on now. David, Mr. David Bell.
Yes, mate. How you doing? You're
Yes,
right.
yes. Let's get this screen up. Yeah, let's get the David.
I like your I like your comment there of you can hide your money. What?
I didn't mean that, man. Fucking hell.
I do mistakes like that as well. Don't worry,
Yeah.
don't worry. But yeah, no, thanks for having me on, man. I think we've got a fair amount to talk about, but kind of concisely. And I'm probably going to start things off with a little bit of a rant and just
Oh,
express
one second,
how.
David. Can I just make sure they can hear you?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
shit. Of
Can
course.
you guys hear David? Just to make sure, because I'm using this new software, I want to make sure everything's correct. Okay, David, carry on. Yep.
Are they saying all right?
You guys can hear David, right? Oh shit, the comments. Yep. Yes, we can. Sorry, I'm looking at you.
All right,
Yes, David, carry on, bruv. Carry on, bruv.
Yeah, so I just wanted to start off with a little bit of a rant because something I've noticed recently, right, is a lot of people that talk about macro, and macrodesiac is about a lot of articles, things like that, like really trying to get to grips with what's going on. But recently, I've found it really hard to write stuff, and I'll tell you why. Um, it's because so many people are just talking about so much stuff that sounds relevant but isn't fucking relevant at
Mm.
all. Like, and I'll get into what this chart in front is showing in a sec, but I see like threads of these people with 100,000 plus followers talking about macro, right? And not once in there is a way to actually action what they're talking about. They'll talk about employment, they'll talk about all of this, that, and the other, like 30 tweet thread, but there'll be nothing actionable in there. Like there'll be literally nothing. There'll be no trade structure. There'll be nothing. And it's just starting to really piss me off because at the crux of everything that's going on is this chart in front of you, right?
Mm.
And what this is showing is how basically the interest rate pricing over different time periods has changed from the from the middle of November. So you can see the red line there is November. Then January 18th of this year, is the green line. Then we've got the 10th of the second, so 10th of Feb, the purple line, and then we've got the current. What you can see is that for a very long time here, we've had the terminal rate pinned at about 5%. Now you can work that out because you can see between the red and the purple line is at 95. So you just basically do 100 minus, whatever the number on the left is. And that's roughly the target range of the Fed funds rate, right? So it's showing that it's roughly 5%. If it goes above 5%, then it's going to be 500 to 525 basis points. But what we've seen in the last month, and even the last couple of weeks, 2 weeks or so, is that this has rapidly changed. And I'm not 100% sure if this diagram's right. Don't get me wrong, because Quick Strike was being a bit weird a minute ago. So I don't know if these are completely accurate. This might actually be extended a little bit more over to the right, so the terminal rate shows up here. But basically what we're looking at here is this is now the terminal rate effectively. Okay, so 525 basis points. Whereas even just a month ago, it was all the way over here. So in May, roughly. Okay. Now, this is what we're starting to get concerned about, because all of these macro threads that people are talking about, they're talking about higher employment, they're talking about all this soft landing, hard landing, whatever. All that really matters is this diagram here, is this chart, which you can easily view. Because what this is showing you is exactly where the market is pricing currently the rate of interest to be. And what you've probably seen just over the last couple of days is the breakup in Bitcoin. We've come up to the highs of around 25k, and it's kind of just meandered. It's flattened out. It's gone a little bit. Let me just share the tab. Actually, it's gone a little bit flat now, right? And this is largely because, in my view, and it's the same with the S&P 500. If we were to go onto the ES as well, let me get that up. If we were to go onto the ES, we had a big squeeze up, right? All of this through Feb, we had an even bigger squeeze here. But now we've started to see, because of this interest rate pricing shift that's occurred since roughly 10th, so roughly here, we've started to see it break up. And this is what's happening at the moment, is we're starting to see, because that terminal rate has been shifted out, we're really starting to see now, oh shit, the market's kind of calling, or the Fed's calling the market's bluff. Everyone got really happy with the terminal rate being roughly here at 5%. Now that we're actually seeing that higher for longer narrative, but that's only been playing out in the last 10 to 14 days, right? So everyone that was talking about it back in January, it was all just a guess, but now we're actually in the midst of it. And I don't think the market's properly, or it's only now really catching on to this.
I mean,
so
can I just interrupt 1 second? I was just,
yeah,
firstly, somebody commented David sounds like Dante. No, Dante sounds like David. But now that's done. Secondly, we've just been in a range, haven't we? And
yeah,
yes, if you zoom out a bit. So, but
that's
before
it.
anyone starts thinking bare bottom or not, but I'll explain that part when my part comes. But carry on. That's an interesting point you were raising, where you were saying
Like,
people are just chatting shit, but really they are
well,
chatting shit. There's nothing to talk about.
yeah, that's it. That's the thing. There's nothing to talk about. And this is the thing. It feels like people are forcing things when really the only and most powerful thing at the moment is interest rates. Now, they're always going to be powerful. Don't get me wrong. But there are certain things and certain times when things become more important, such as, Russia, Ukraine. You get that geopolitical risk coming in. I think there's some of that coming at the moment with Putin coming out of the US Russia nuclear arms deal just today. I think if Xi were to go over to Russia, that would bring in more risk, but at the end of the day, that's just going to be reflected here in this chart. And that is all that matters, because we have to remember that interest rates provide the barometer of the risk-free rate, which then provides the asset valuations, whether it's to Bitcoin, whether it's to equities. I think with Bitcoin and crypto, there's definitely different dynamics at play at different times. I think things get priced in very quickly in crypto when it comes to interest rates in the economy, but those quick pricings in are very volatile. And I think largely that's why we saw this massive rally up as well. We saw the collapse, which may actually just be this bit occurring now in equities, We saw all of that here. And that might be to do with, you know, how fast crypto prices things in. But up here, I don't think we're very safe. You know, I don't think we're currently really, really safe in Bitcoin up at 25K. I mean, if you look at this high here, we're basically looking at, you know, a mid-year from 2022 high. How many sellers are here? Probably quite a lot. How many algos are probably sitting there? Probably quite a lot as well. So here, I don't think there's very good risk to reward for a breakout, especially considering, you know, all of this now, these recent changes. But as I said, there's different dynamics in crypto, which make it a really interesting asset class, obviously. And I've seen people, you know, make.
Can you do
Yeah,
me
go on.
one favor, bro? Go to the ES chart and go to the 1 minute and click 1900 GMT just for a second on your
1
screen.
minute.
Can you show that chart publicly? Just want to prove a point. These guys think it's a fucking conspiracy.
This one.
It's not showing up on your screen, bro.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Yeah, go to the 1 minute and click 1900. There you go. That's when he started to speak. But yeah, carry on. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there.
Do you know what? It's not happening on Bitcoin at the moment. Or has it? I don't know.
But yeah, I'm not going to interrupt anymore. Fuck.
Do you know what? It has a little bit. You know, it's dropped off
Bro,
tiny.
ES tick lower, bro. That's like a put about 100 lots and he's sorted.
But you know, the big concern now is so you see this green line here. This might all be very boring, but I'm just trying to narrow it down to the most important thing. You know, it's not all glitz and glam when you're talking about macro and stuff like this, because at the end of the day, everything apart from what the market thinks is just a narrative, and you're predisposed to biases, whereas this is actual data and how things are being priced now. But
Hey, go back to your data chart, bro.
oh shit, sorry.
Yeah,
This is
that's
fucking
my fault. That's my fault. Yeah, I won't.
no, it's mine because I keep having to change tab. But you know, everything comes back down to this chart, and the big risk now is you see this green line here. You see how this was priced even back in mid-Jan. So it was priced that we were going to start getting cuts. QJ, which is J is I think is May. Yeah, they say either April or May. I think it's May. So we were priced to start getting cuts then. That's been totally priced out within a month, right? Now we're starting to get cuts back in ZQX, which is, excuse me, I don't always remember the codes for this shit. So that's November. So we're starting to see some cuts in November. No, sorry, December even, which, you know, isn't the best considering where we were just at the start of the year. Now, this is the higher for longer narrative playing out, and you can see that. You don't need people to say, oh, soft landing, hard landing. If you're going higher for longer in this environment, when there's been so much money printing, so much debt, so much credit card debt as well, it's going to be painful at the end of the day. And anyone who says not is fucking kidding themselves, quite frankly. Possibly one of the good aspects to look at with Bitcoin maybe is that we have come down so far already. And one of the things that I like to look at is the MRVZ score. That's MVRVZ score. Because again, it provides a little bit more of a database backing, right? And you know, rather than just looking at something and thinking, oh yeah, this is long, short, whatever. Now, pretty much every single time it's got back into this range here, you know, we've had some kind of rally, or prices haven't necessarily gone massively lower from where they are. Now the problem is that you get into a situation like, you know, 2014 to 2016, or 2015 to 2016, where you spend over a year sort of down here doing absolutely nothing, and even a move like here is quite a big move, you know. But we're breaking up towards one standard deviation basically now, and I would kind of bet that in this environment we do head lower. We do hit about 15 to 12k, but I don't
I mean,
think we go
even
back
if you look at it from like a price perspective, it's still range bound. So there's no harm in it dropping back to 15, 16k and
Well,
still
exactly.
consolidating.
But the thing to remember is that this isn't a market for leverage. You know, if you're just buying spot, fine. You know, but it's not a market for leverage because there's less liquidity. You don't just want to get trapped. And I don't know how much the market cap of crypto has dropped, but it's probably been quite considerable. We can probably get
It
that up
drops
on.
30-40% in a day, bro.
Well, there we go. It's like that's going to indicate some dampened liquidity there, and you're seeing liquidity dampening even uh, in ES and things like that. I'll see if I can get it up, but it might just be a bit too long to try and find it. But basically, yeah, you're seeing the cost to trade in the ES increase as well. It's well above trend. So it's not just, straight linked to Bitcoin or anything like that. And I mean, even this move that we're seeing right now as I'm speaking, if I go back onto the ES, it's not liquid at all. It looks horrible. Like that's just dived straight through. Where's the bid? Literally, where is the bid coming from here? I don't really see what's holding it up, but it's
See,
quite funny.
one thing I've noticed with that, especially Bitcoin, is the fact that it just nukes in one go. So it'll hold, and then either do one more spike and then nukes in one go. That's the thing with Bitcoin. Like ES can nuke, but it's not as easy as Bitcoin. Bitcoin will do it in one swipe. That's the thing. It'll catch up in one go. So that's why I don't really think too much about why is it lagging slightly. It does it in one go.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the problem. Well, I say it's a problem. It's a good thing because you can get if you can spot the times when it happens, then you can get a nice, really quick trade. But even here, this feels precarious to me. Like I probably see it doing something like this. So you've got the one drive, you've got another probably weaker drive, maybe up here, and then you see it fall again, or it could just do it in one fell swoop. But and obviously this is only on a 1 minute chart, but these are the kind of little patterns that look like breakups to me. Like you can see it here even, one drive, and then down. And so, yeah, I don't like this considering how equities are behaving currently. It looks like shit to me. If we were to look at treasuries as well, so if we look at ZB,
Oh, yeah, the infamous euro dollar used to bring on, and then half of crypto Twitter used to bring on euro dollars. Then,
oh, and they used to show Euro USD.
yeah, and what was that? Oh, that magazine or whatever quoted euro USD. We'll have to watch
Oh
one
man,
stream of you.
that was so embarrassing. But this is something to look at here. So ZB is the Treasury bond future, right? It's just hit a new yearly low, which means that if we look at the US 2-year yield, that's hitting a new high. See what I mean? So all of these things now aren't in the benefit of a bull run on crypto, and that's why if we go back to Bitcoin here and we look at say the 4-hour chart or whatever chart this is, let's go to 4 hours so you can get up. And we're looking at this high here. That's a sellable high. That's not a high that you want to be looking for a breakout on because nothing in the background is supporting another leg higher, in my view. And if you are buying here, then I'd be happy to sell into that.
I'm already short. I've just
Well,
started scaling shorts. I'm
you've
long
been
above
short for
26K.
ages.
Yeah. No. I actually went longer 15, 16K. I was one of the very few. And the rest jump on the bandwagon above 20K for that
Yeah, it's
little
a
leg.
decent price.
So I'm short from around. What am I short from? Yeah, I'm about 24.5 ish. But I've added that 25 ish. So I've got about 24.8K average. I'm long above 26.4.
Yeah.
Targets 20K. Yeah.
But yeah, going back to euro dollars, the Fed funds thing that I was showing you on this one. So this pricing, we're dropping harder again. This is basically pricing in here 5.5%. It's literally just priced it almost. So um, it's hard to be bullish basically right now. I don't like this at all. If we zoom this out, I think this is even a misprint here. So this could be indicating. We have to show the forward contract. If we were to look at, why is it showing? No, I've Effectively, it just doesn't look nice for June, basically,
Not looking
and
good, bro.
this it's just being repriced, basically, the terminal rate. And the longer it stays over here, the worse for risk it is. Unless, and this is the big thing, employment can hold. Everyone's happy with inflation being higher. Everyone's happy with their credit card spending going up. I don't actually use a credit card, but many people do, and it seems to be at record highs. So, unless everyone's happy with things being really expensive, and having to pay $1,000 a month or whatever the fuck it is for energy bills, then carry on. But it just can't be sustainable, surely.
We're all fucked then, aren't we? Thank you.
Well, exactly. It's just it's just one of those things where it's like, I want to be
It's
positive.
just gotta accept it and just deal with it. That's it, man.
Well, exactly. But this is the thing, is that all these people, creating long macro threads. I don't think there's one that's actually bullish, and this is another thing that pisses
But
me
the
off.
thing is, if you look closely at them, those guys aren't really trading. The analysts for companies, they're
Well,
not really
exactly.
trading. Most of them aren't trading.
But they're so condescending as well. They're so
Yeah, but
fucking condescending.
bro, if your livelihood depends on it, you're gonna be condescending as well. I'm gonna be
No, but
condescending
like,
as well.
but this is the thing, is that, right? So they've got people watching them and looking at them, and following what they're saying, but they're so fucking condescending when they're questioned. And I just think they're absolute wankers, quite frankly.
Our
And
good friend that's always like 6 months apart, 6 months off the truth.
well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a couple of guys who are always wrong at the time, and I've noticed this. But if you were to lag their ideas by 6 to 12 months, then they end up right. But that's no good from an actionable perspective, because you get stopped out. So it's like, here's another tip as well. So I get all the bank papers through. I give them to Macrodesiac guys as well. You can access them in Macrodesiac. And Citibank is a little tip, I think. No, wait, is it Citi? Yeah, Citi. So Citi release a technical analysis thing. And Citi are fantastic in FX, and this is an FX paper, but their technical analysis team aren't traders, And I've noticed that if you were to take their right direction, so if they were to say sell euro dollar at like 1.05, and then they say put their stop at 1.055, you actually want to sell where their stop is, and then put your stop 50 ticks higher at 1.06, because they always get the direction right, but they get stopped out. It's fucking quality. I've never seen anything like it, and that is actual alpha. you don't have to.
It's
You
fucking
don't have to
unbelievable.
even. But yeah, as per, I'll drop a link to anyone that wants to jump into Macrodesiac. We go through all of these interest rate things, and we focus heavily on these kind of things, rather than just talking about narrative. And yeah, anyone that wants to join, just give me a shout, and we can happily have you in.
Yep. So usually David just does some code thing. I'm part of Macrodesiac. I've learned a lot. I'm not just shilling you. I'm still who's good. So I don't really go for the TA's part, but I go for for the directional moves. And when there's going to be a turn in the market, and then I just throw in my TA as confluence. Works for me. It doesn't work for everybody, but I think there's enough in there. Speak to the guys in there, and any question there, I'm sure David can answer. So, are there any last points you want to throw across, David? Um,
Just be wary. Try not to use the same leverage as you have been doing, because we have shifted regime quite heavily in the last month, and interest rates do affect crypto. Anything else, then please just watch out for interest rate pricing, and ask me any questions you might have on that Fed funds price term structure, because it is important. We can see if we can protect some money.
Happy days. So once the stream's done, and I post the link, if you want to post me the link with the codes or whatever, so some of these guys can get whatever discount you guys offer. And thank you very much. Everybody follow David on Twitter. His handles will be, well, I've tagged him in anyway. And Macrodesiac, well, he can show you that. Thank you very much for coming on. I'm going to bring you on again soon if you're free. Yep. And thanks, bro.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for having me.
All right. Right, legends. So, can you guys hear me? Time for my stuff. Do, do, do. Straight up, short Bitcoin chart. Let me know if you guys can hear me. What can you guys see? Now it's the doom and gloom part. So if you guys want to leave, if you've got a high estrogen level, if you can't make a good sandwich, if you're a woman here, leave now. This is not the time for you. This is for those that can handle it. Okay, so what can you see? Let me know what chart you can see. We're gonna get stuck straight in. We're gonna do a bit of fudding. We're gonna be a bit of this, a bit of that. Scare the shit out of everybody. Do I like pineapple on my pizza. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I like pineapple. You know what I like? I like tuna pizza. You know. I don't have to. I don't have your mom. Yes, your mom is here. Yes, yes, Kane. Your mom is here. Yep. You can call me daddy. That's no problem. So, who likes? I don't like pizza too much though. It gives me a bad stomach. I'm not a fan of pizza. It makes me feel bloated. But you know what? Give me some nice. I'm gonna have some crab. I had some crab the other day. You know, crab legs. You open it up. You're a woman. Well, you're right. S on one titty, Z on the other. Show me in DMs, then we'll believe you. Otherwise, you're a man. Actually, you look like my uncle a bit. But anyways, don't be saying ooh. Shut the fuck up. So, yep. I don't like pizza as much. I'm not a big fan of pizza. Don't like pasta as much either. But give me a steak. I'll take some oysters. I'm actually gonna go out with Dominic James, the trader. Gonna go out with him. Plenty of yeah. Anyway, let's carry on. So with a Bitcoin chart, so you've got on Prime. Use my link in the description. You get extra bonuses. So we've already discussed. I've been in the same trade since Monday, so this is the second stream this week. No, we did one on Sunday. This is Tuesday now. I'm gonna do one more because I gotta catch up on some stream because I was away with your mom. But so let's start with simplify the chart. Let's go over, and then we're gonna fudge some Matic. Maybe add some shorts. Let's nuke it together live on stream. So hang on. We don't remove. We hide this user from channel. Everybody report Fern for sexual harassment. Everybody reporting for sexual harassment. So let's start. Where's my epic pen gone? Where you gone from? Where are you from? 1 second. Whoever trolls, we target them for sexual harassment straight away. I take it personally. You know what I mean? I can feel it. It hurts down there. So, no. It's not. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's my immunosuppressants or whatever. But fuck it. I just don't like pizza, man. That's it. One off, I'll have a pizza, man. But I'm not a big fan of pizza, man. Fuck that shit. So let's get serious now. Let me get my shit out of the way with. We're throwing the shit post later on. So what we've got here is the clear cut range. And we spoke about when I was shorting, this was the main target here. Till proven otherwise, this is still a range. Okay. So looking at what equities are doing, David just broke that down, the FA side of it. I'll be hammering it in with the TA side, which all that matters. Yeah, I like biryani though. Not biryani pizza. And you know where my stop loss is? I've just shown you guys. Um, so I would assume this is something like this. I would like one more run up. The way Bitcoin's highs are forming, it doesn't have to. Okay, but I'm in because I've got a clear invalidation. And if it does break down and hold, that would be the conservative plan. Okay, just like you see that there, that was the trigger there. Then that would be the trigger there. You're playing back down towards mid-range, maybe the top of this consolidation is target 1, and then below here is target 2. Now you're gonna wait. If it comes into here, takes out the stops, then deviates, that's an exit. Get the fuck out. You can't see. Hang on. You can't see? You're frozen? Oh shit. Ah, damn, Naz, we got a problem. We got a problem, Naz. How do I do the pen tool's not working? Okay, Naz, jump on. I think about NJ. How do I get the pen tool to work? Yes. You got it. No. It's working there. The pen tool doesn't show up. Yo, Naz, pen tool doesn't show. It's not frozen. It's the pen tool that doesn't show up. It's here. It's here. If you share whole screen, hang on. Let's try something else. Let's try something else. Entire screen. Hang on, can you see it now? Yeah, pen tool shows up now. Okay, rewind. Okay, yeah. I got it. Relax your body. Men, if you are... Can you guys see? Can you see some drawings? Okay, what do you see? Do you see some scribbles with yellow? It's all right. Pen tool let me down, but you know what? It's not Naz's fault. No, I'm new to using this. Naz doesn't use the pen tool, you see. But Naz set this all up. So big thanks to Naz. Give Naz a follow. Naz is the one that sorted it all out. He thought of you guys for the new mic. You can't see the pen tool. All right, well, what am I writing? You should be able to. Can you guys see SZ? Bro, you're a man. Why are you pretending to be a woman for, man? Stop pretending to be a woman. Okay, you can go as well. Well, I don't know. I would have said I've seen your mom, but she looks like a man, so we don't discriminate. But you can fuck off anyway. So, yeah. Okay, let's start again. Rewind. Okay, so you know my position. I'm still short. I got my stop loss where I think I'm completely wrong. I do not have a tight invalidation yet. The moment I do get, which I will go over, I will show you how I will tighten it. So, David spoke about the fundamental side of things. Okay, like the video, man. There's like 720 of you guys. Every one of you share the fucking video, retweet the link on the Twitter, share it to your mom as well. Forget your dad. Share it to your mom. If your sister's fit above 18, share it to her. Not 20. Share it to her as well. And that's fine. So if we go to Bitcoin and if you look at it, we are still in a range. Okay, we're still range bound. That's range highs. This is range lows. Okay, and we are still within this boundary. Nothing has changed. Fundamentally, if we look at it, it's still fucked. Okay, nothing's changed. I will accept going long when the time comes, and I will mark it out when the time comes. But for now, on my live streams, they're allowed because they watch my streams and then they look at you and think, "What the fuck is this?" They're gonna dump you for me. So, anyways, you're not very happy, are you? Okay, so looking at this is still there. So there's going to be two parts. One is I would like one more run up. So we've sort of swing failed. We've had two attempts at this high. One was a little run, one was a bigger run. You can't see, we'll zoom in a minute. Okay, so what I would like to see is usually these kind of tops, you usually have one more spike. So if you can do one more spike up and then back down, break below here, just like down here, deviation, there was the trigger, invalidation, there would be the trigger, there would be my new invalidation. I'll bring my stop down to whatever that high is. I'll add on whatever I've reduced it by to maintain that 1 hour. So say I'm risking $10,000 on the trade or $100 on the trade, for example, then I'll reduce it down. Say now if I've traded my stop loss to that, that's like risking, I don't know, $60. I put on more size to make it up to $100 risk. So see that there? I've reduced my stop, I'll add it on. Because on the other side, in this sort of environment, I've traded where it does nuke in one go and I missed it. I'm not going to miss this. I'm in where I know where I'm wrong. I've got a clear invalidation set. Okay. So that would then be my trigger. Or if it breaks below here and does that, that's my new invalidation. And I'll play it towards, like I said, where was the mid range where we were targeting? When we first shorted, it was there. Bang on, close the positions. I did take one stop out there because I thought this was the top area. Because they already had touched the range high. I was wrong on that, took 1 hour loss, but I made all this down. That was my trigger. Target one would be this consolidation. If his swing fails this low, and then target two would be here, which would be January's low. Now, say you took this out and then reclaimed and exit the rest of the position completely. Possibly look for longs. We'll see what it looks like. If if it goes up or not, but I'm not marking out the longs just yet because I would anticipate it's still ping pong within this range until proven otherwise. And ultimately, the lower than the ultimate target would be towards here, and that would still be possibility of another leg back up. Why? Because this is what kills people in the market. The boredom, the fact that it's not breaking out. You've hyped yourself up for a breakout. You've hyped yourself up for a big nuke. When I say nuke, this isn't a nuke. This is a range play. A nuke is boom, right down. Is that clear so far? I'm just marking out the basics, the outlines, before we get stuck right in. Lads, there's like 272 likes, 800 of you here. I know like half of you are like paid group leaders and you don't like me, but fucking pretend to like the video at least, or don't watch it. Okay, so continuing on, what would I like to see? So now we refine it a bit more. We bring in some range levels. So this is just another way of looking at it. Hang on, where's the other chart gun? Two twos, 1 second. 1 second. Here. So what I've done here, there's two charts. We're going to show this one. So yeah, that's my position. I'm still short. There's my stop. Where I've got it where I'm completely wrong on the idea. Okay? That's where I'm completely wrong on the idea. What language is this? It's called English. Are you more concerned about the language or are you concerned about the content? Because I haven't kicked many people out. I'm itching to kick somebody out. Don't give me an excuse, please. So what I would look for on the lower time frame is usually the nature of Bitcoin is such that it can nuke in one go. It can lag all day because of ES. We will cover ES, but it likes to nuke in one go. So ideally, if I was not in this position, so let's hide this for a second just so I can show it. If I wasn't in this, what I would do is, we know that's key macro resistance area. I would like this to run up. And if it does this, I'll play a short level to level, anticipating a nuke, okay? So there's my short, and I play it towards here, as that's sort of the key level that's sort of finding a bounce. There's support, deviation. Ignore this, that was the run up. That doesn't count for me. But this is the range formed towards there. If it comes in and bounces, I'd cut it. I'd then look for some sort of structure like this. Target area, break back down, get ready, nuke, set, go. If I want to play level to level target. Those are my short-term levels. But keeping in mind the range play, we can go lower. Am I okay? No, I'm not okay. Of course I'm okay. Just because I'm speaking like this, it's not okay. Is it because you were raised feminine? Is that the problem? Go. So, sometimes when you speak openly and clearly and straight to the point, some men that are raised by pussies think of it as aggressive. No, your dad should have spoken to you like this. You can call me dad. It's okay. So, let's carry on now. So that's that. Okay? That's key level. Now, let's carry on now. So, a lot of the shit I'm saying is a lot of repeat. Okay? So, I want to see that run. Now, if it does not give me that run, are we prepared? Let's prepare for it. So the way we prepare for it is like this. So scenario 2 is this. So if you look carefully, what I've done is that dotted line where I sort of nailed that high there for a scalp. That high there. Continuing on. We've got this here. So we run it once. We've run it again. That could be a possible high in. Now they could leave these highs in and take it out later on, because I would like a new drop to happen before a big rally up towards 28, 30k. I'm probably more bullish than most of you put together. Okay, so what I would like to see is, if it doesn't give me the scenario I mentioned, okay, it's two types of scenarios. Let's mark out target areas first. So what we're going to do, we're going to get this, and we're going to do that. We're going to do that, and we're going to mark our target. So scenario 1, rally it up. Okay, break down, short, target area 1. If it comes into here, starts bouncing, you cut it. Scenario 2 is if it nukes below here and holds, then that's my short. I'll cut it a clean break above that. That's my short. Target 1, target 2, target 3. Target, target, target. Let's clean this up. Okay. If it gives me the trigger here, and then decides to reclaim back above here, get the fuck out. Get out. Wait for the run up higher. Okay? And then get back in, because that's that run up then. That's a fake out. You got to be quick. If you're trading it as a range, you've got to be quick to exit, then get back in when the time comes, and then you play it again. And that should be the run. Done. Is that clear? Does that make sense? And that is January's mid-range, and that's it. We'll see what happens after that. Yes? Remember, keep in mind, this is still a range-bound environment. Okay? It's just that you're too zoomed in. Zoom out, this is a fucking range. Whoever says it's not is lying to you, is lying to himself. He lives his life as a lie. It's a reflection of how he views life. You're just a fucking liar. And that's it. Are you a liar? Ask yourself that question. And that's all it is, market. 143. Hello, CG. Hello, Richard. Hello, Brandon. Hello, George. Yes, absolutely. Okay, now let's carry on. Confluence with this, okay, is we're gonna look at ES. Now, ES, I planned this out last week for you guys. If you've been watching, I mean, sometimes ES can Bitcoin can lag a bit, but the other side is Bitcoin nukes in one go. Yes, I know many don't have father figures, and that's okay. This is the society we live at. Your mum should have closed her legs, but that's okay. I'm not blaming her either. She was raised by a slut herself, but that's okay, no problem. So, my point being is this is the range. If we zoom out above this, no, that was a bit harsh because not everybody's got like that, but majority of you are, so it sort of balances out. I'm going to hedge myself here and say it is what it is. So, there's that there. And then we've got this is the range low here. So, what we've got here is still a range bound environment. What's changed? Nothing's changed. So, what we do here is we got this. Oh, look, trendline break. What's wrong with taking out the stops here, right? Reclaiming this, pushing all the way back up. Would this not still constitute a range? Yes, it would. ES, SPX, that's fine. Same thing. Don't worry. You want to call it ES? We call it ES. You want to call it SPX? It's the same thing. Okay? That's it. Oh, as soon as I said that 10 pay group leaders just dropped out the chat. Yes. Okay, good. So, it's still a range bound market. So, what I would be doing is if it does come towards here, I'd actually be looking to take profit. And if this happens, where we get this sort of trigger on ES, I'd probably go long Bitcoin. You understand? Depending on where Bitcoin's at, we'll time it together. I will probably go long Bitcoin then. So, it's still range bound. Now, I gave this plan last session. It's all over my Twitter feed as well. This I'm short. I actually started short before. I had my different strategy in. I started short here, and then I shorted more there, and this is where I ultimately added. So as long as it doesn't make a clean break above here, I'm going to be looking to target this area first, then there. Okay. Now, if you're not getting on board this, that's fine. What you want to wait for is maybe some sort of a consolidation, a rip up. Okay, and then maybe back below, and there, target 1, target 2, target 3. You're done. How long do you think this will play out? I don't know how long it plays out. The rest is out the market. I do not know how long these market plays out. But I just go with the market. Don't worry about how long it takes. Nobody's in control of that. The only thing is you're in control of is your setup and your risk. Your risk is the only thing you're really in control of, really. The rel, Costa del Sol. Yes, Top Shabab. I'm gonna come see you one day. Yes, I go Marbella often. I'll see you. You with all those British drug dealers, are you? In Costa del Sol, all those running away from UK authorities. Top Shabab is just like sorting them all out, aren't they? I know you. Okay. So this breaking down says to me, hang on a minute. It's not means it's decoupling. It just takes time sometimes. Okay, we'll soon know. Now, as for Bitcoin, if Bitcoin was to do something like this, okay, if Bitcoin did this, so that's a target area for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin was to do like I don't know, ES find support, okay. Hang on a second. Let me give you your girl a soft landing. Yeah, You got a hard landing there, yeah, dickhead. So break up. If it holds, that's not a good sign. Okay, and if it does this towards there, that would be my long idea. Because it breaks up and then starts holding that area, and ES reclaims. So at the same time, if this happened, that would be my long scenario. Ideally, what we want to see is the dollar go down with it, and if ES was to do something like this, where okay, ES says fuck you, does this, reclaims, holds, that's not a good sign. That's a long to me. I'm gonna smash these longs towards there, and I'm going to look for longs on Bitcoin. Okay, I'm gonna report this guy as well. Everybody report Farhan Ali. Report him. Hate speech. Hate speech. Everybody report him for hate speech. Everybody report Farhan Ali for hate speech. Okay, let's continue. So that would be the long scenario. And yes, I will cut my shorts. I will be focusing on the long setups, and that is it. Okay, let's move forward now. Does that make sense? One final thing I'll add on is the dollar index, and the rest we can just run through. The rest is easy. But the moment you start to understand Bitcoin, you understand the rest of the market, crypto market at least. And you get the context from the dollar index. You got context from um, the rest. Tesla, you know what? You asked nicely, so we'll do it. So remind me in case I forget. So dollar index basically, if I was to simplify this chart down, okay, look at it from a monthly perspective. Doesn't matter what I am. Yes, carry on. Give me one as well. Okay, so what we got here is this. So if you look at this monthly chart alone, this is one trick I use to simplify things down for my get it to 450 likes. I'll do one extra pair. So if you get 450 likes, now 500 likes to the 786 of you here, I'll do one extra pair. If I may do even a live trade, but it has to be 500 likes, otherwise no. So what we got here is key support area. Okay, key support area here. That's key macro wave, however you want to look at it. But one trick I use, especially in FX, I do this a lot. Stop runs. Get a monthly candle chart. This is a key area because we took off from there. Okay. If you get to a monthly candle, if you don't get 500 before I finish this, then no. Sorry. Rules are rules. So we've got this low there. And then we got that high there. Now, currently, we are trading above previous month's mid range. Okay. Look how quick the likes come up now for signals. Motherfuckers. Okay. So, would it make logical sense that we take out these highs here? Does that make logical sense? That's if the trade's available. Okay? Does it make logical? So, keeping that in mind, that would make the next logical sense. Now, after that, what happens? I don't know. I don't know what happens after that. Okay? But what I do know is that makes most logical sense because when was the last time I stopped? Monthly high, monthly high, monthly high. Okay? So at that point, I'd be cautious. Now, what I've done is I've broken it down. So I've broken it down to January's low, January's high, January's mid range. We're trading above January's mid range. So further confluence to my Bitcoin short idea. And yes, it does go moving confluence with this. The only times it doesn't is if it's range bound, then other pairs can do their own stuff. But when it's trending, this will turn into a trend soon because I was calling dollar index long here, if you recall on my feed. Then as long as we don't make a clean break below the mid range, this should go up towards here. If this is going up, ES is dropping, what do you think Bitcoin's going to do? Now, unless something else happens out of the blue, which sometimes can, you have to be open. Logically, it makes sense for Bitcoin to go lower. So I'm going database as well as TA. Does that make sense? Well, if you disliked it, I'm like, boot you. Okay. You shouldn't have admitted that. I might just block you from the feed. I don't know. I might just block you. So that adds to my confluence, and that is all. Let's carry on to Ethereum now. Ethereum, similar to Bitcoin, if we look at it from this point of view, the main stocks, and this could still, Ethereum could easily still do something like this. I'm actually hoping he does something like this. I'd love to do something like this, and then I would love for Ethereum to rally it up towards here. I would love that. That's what I'd be looking for, lungs. Okay? Me personally, that's what I'd be looking for if that was to happen. Now, unless it gets nuked straight from here, that's different. But it's going to do this. I'm going to look at where ES is at. But this time around, I think I will be looking for the big one. And that would be the higher low. And then I'll be looking for that, at least within this range. So if we look at it logically, we're still range bound. Nothing's changed. That's capping the upside. So technically, this is the range. Deviation, possible deviation, mid-range-ish. There's target 1, target 2, coming towards here, deviate, get back above. Everybody's washed out, go for the big one. That's what I think is going to happen. But I will wait for confirmation here. I'm not going to say it's blindly going to happen, but we'll wait. Okay? So, let's focus on what is evident and what we can work with rather than what's not here. So, having said that, let's go towards the lower time frame and let's look what's really happening in the market. Okay? Now, I know there's a lot of hopium shillers here, only because they're heavily exposed at the top. But that's okay. We all need exit liquidity. There, and then there. There is no difference. We've taken some key stops to the left. Okay? Deviation, deviation, confirmation, breakdown, hold below, nuke the bastard towards here. Target 1, target 2, and target 3 here. After that, I'll be careful because this becomes January's mid-range. Target, trigger. There's too much girth on this pen. Target, target. Now, let's fix it up. Add in the levels. Better. Now, if I want to a bit more confirmation in case market does decide to do it like this, because often it has done stuff like this, then what I would do is the confirmation entry. So if you're going to take the first trade, you play it towards here in the mindset that it could do that because it did it here before, didn't it? It took out the stops one more time. So if it gives me a trigger, day trade trigger, let's go over a day trade plan, which can involve, but be prepared to get the fuck out and then get back in. Okay? So you don't learn that shit, how to get back in. I'm telling you how to get back in now. Okay? So let it do its thing. If it breaks and holds, there's your trigger. Play it towards here to take out these stops. If it comes in and starts bouncing, get out. Your profit's done or put stops at break even. If it does that run up, okay, however high it is, minimum take out some stops here and then or there, whatever, however the case may be, and then comes back below. That should be the real move. Target 1, target 2, level to level. Okay, you can play a swing trade level to level if you want. Okay, and target 3, and then these stops ultimately because that's where the liquidity is going to be resting. We took out the stops there, then the stops are going to be resting there. Now, the confirmation entry for a swing trade. Listen carefully now. This is what I'm going to be personally looking for. So, or maybe I'm already in, but I like to give the slow ones because that's the one where everybody knows. You see this here? This level is pivotal. That was the first high formed. Okay? You drag that there. You wait for this. Okay, let's see if it holds. So this could be deviation. To prove it's not a deviation, you let that break down then. The first range level. So this is an insight into my range levels. Asian quant levels. That is the proper confirmation. I cut the clean break wherever the high is there. So once it does that, I chased it there because it's been tapped multiple times. I kept a hard stop there, but I would have cut it above here. Same play. Maybe in the lower time frame, you get better trigger entry like a H1 close, 15 minute, 30 minute. Who gives a fuck? Whatever floats your boat. I then believe these are the objectives. Target, target, there. Why do I say targets in between? Because this could be a high or low. I don't know for sure. But I'll take profits along the way, ultimately towards there. Is that clear? Shorting is around. The fuck you doing in the market? The whole market's gambling. Shorting is around. Get the fuck out of here. You are gambling in the market. This is called speculation, long or down. The only difference is with leverage, you can get the fuck out and not get damage. With spot, you're stuck. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking Grand Mufti of Twitter, YouTube. Fucking idiot. Report him for sexual harassment as well. And everybody report him for sexual harassment. Promotion of terrorism. Promotes terrorism. Yeah. I don't know. Misinformation. Yeah, let's do that. Fucking idiot. Man's here telling me, Saram, yeah, you're fucking gambling. The whole market's a gamble. Fucking idiot. You can imagine him at home, bro. Fucking hell. Sitting there on his high throne, unemployed, coming on YouTube streams, fucking using a broken laptop. His fucking speakers aren't working. Probably thinking this is a complete easy different show. Fucking idiot. Now, let's carry on. This is a dictatorship. Who the fuck said it's a democracy? Let's carry on now. Oh shit, 500 likes. Fuck, let's do it. So, yeah. Let's carry on now. So, next trade. Mate, I probably know about that religion more than you. I went to Islamic school, you dickhead. Fucking idiot. So, at least I'm honest about that. Gamble. This is gambling. All trading is gambling, by the way. All trading is gambling. Whoever says it's not is shutting shit. All trading gambling. Fucking idiot. So, it's just not gambling for me because I know what I'm doing. So, yeah, put it that way. So, let's carry on now. Look at the VIX. The VIX is popping up. When the VIX pops up, now I do on purpose just to like a bit of entertainment. I gotta balance it out, right? I need somebody to fucking take the piss out of sometimes. He, the idiot, volunteered. So, put it that way. When the VIX pops up, I believe the VIX is gonna come towards there. The VIX is still range. If you want to look at it from this perspective, whoever take, yes, I know no TA works, but when I do it, it does work. So my TA is different to everybody else's. So yeah, there we've reclaimed. I think VIX pops towards there. Further drive down ES. Further push up dollar. Bitcoin should nuke if correct on the idea. So that's that done. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Matic. Oof. Well, you already know. I mean, I did not take the short there. I was overexposed. Not overexposed. I just had my max risk. So I will not take. I will have like a set percent in one asset class at one time. I do not go above that. Okay. So what I did afterwards was I came back home. This is what I called it. I was sitting in the cinema while while pricing the top off my phone on Matic, right? So what we do here is technically we're still here. Okay, we're in resistance area. We tested the consolidation that we had in previously. So I'm not saying this is a short, but what I'm saying, I did say a live trade, but I can't take a live trade unless you want to do the wide stop. That's fine. Okay, so say if I want to take a trade, this is a paper trade I'm taking because I don't have a new validation. I give you time to exit. Let's just call it like this. Let's get a 2-to-1 trade there. 2-to-1. That's a valid trade idea. Why? Firstly, if it doesn't swing fail this high, okay, if this does not swing fail, okay, that means that we're most likely wrong. So if it goes above here and starts holding, I will look to exit. Okay? But if it does hit, well, if Bitcoin's gonna fucking drop big time, what do you think is gonna happen to this? Now, from a logical point of view, so I'm gonna save this and take the trade because I'm already in this trade. Okay? Yeah, like this. This is paper trading, not financial advice. Okay? Whoever's put their net worth behind this, you're a fucking idiot. I hope it goes up and stops you and me out just to prove a point. Now, we do this. Now, let's look at it logically now. You want to wait for more confirmation? This is still range bound, depending on how you look at it. This is a range. And let's call this range low. Lovely stops resting here. Lovely stops. Polygon laid off 20% of their stuff. There's some FUD I'm hearing that a lot of these Polygon wallets are fucking fake as fuck. Okay, used by bots. Any other FUD, let's throw it in. We don't have to be real. It's a crypto Twitter, as long as it's something out there. But the real one would be level to level. It bounces. Short, target one here. If it bounces, cut it. If it doesn't, take some off, stops at break even, and then you go for this one. This is the range bound play, the high probability play. The way I played Doge and SHIB a couple of weeks back, if you remember, off my phone. There, target one. Back to look at this lovely stops right there, juicy, and then it could probably go up if you want. Who cares? Is that clear? So that's a live trade. Like, listen, this is not at the top of the range, so I'm gonna put a stop loss in where I'm completely wrong on the idea. This also gives you time to exit the position if wrong, and that is that. Does that make sense? Do we single-handedly start pushing this down? Okay, is everybody clear with the plans? Does that make sense? So if you enjoyed the stream, and if you want this comedy / roasting, TA comes at the end. Use the link in the description. Use the code Trader1SZ, and I will catch you guys maybe this week later. I'm gonna probably bring Trader NJ on. I'm gonna go on his show tomorrow, so check out Trader NJ. NJ, drop your Twitter handle here. Everybody follow Trader NJ. Trader NJ, the real one, is the one with the thing. He's actually watching football now, so he's with his dad. But he's gonna post it.